According to the new price revisions, how will the electricity bill rise in the domestic category? The charges for a unit of the first 30 units in the domestic category is between 10 rupees and 12 rupees, while the fixed price of 150 rupees has moved up to 180 rupees. The charge of 25 rupees between 31 and 60 units has been increased to 30 rupees, while the fixed price has moved up to 60 rupees. The fixed price of this category is 360 rupees. The charges for units between 61 and 90 have been increased from 35 rupees to 41 rupees. The fixed price of this category has been increased from 400 rupees to 480 rupees. According to the new price revision, the charge of 50 rupees for units between 91 and 120 has been increased up to 59 rupees in the domestic category, and the fixed price has been increased by 180 rupees. The new fixed price is 1,180 rupees. The charges for units between 121 to 180 has been revised to 59 rupees from the previous charge of 50 rupees. The fixed price of this category, which was 1,500, has been further increased by 270 rupees. Due to the price revision, a house which uses 30 units has to now pay 540 rupees from the previous charge of 450 rupees. This is an increase of 90 rupees, which is 20% from the monthly electricity bill. Has the electricity bill increased for religious sites? The charges for a unit of the first 30 units in religious sites has been increased from 10 rupees to 12 rupees, while the fixed price has been increased from 150 rupees to 180 rupees. The charge for units between 31 and 90, which was 20 rupees, has been increased by 4 rupees, while the fixed price has been increased by 50 rupees. The new fixed price for this category is 300 rupees. The charge for units between 91 and 120, which was 35 rupees, has been increased to 41 rupees. The fixed price, which was 600 rupees, has been increased up to 710 rupees. The charge for units between 121 and 180, which was 45 rupees, has been increased by 8 rupees. The fixed price for this category, which was at 1,500 rupees, is now 1,770 rupees. How are the charges increased for industries and hotels? According to the new price revision, hotels and industries using 300 units and below are being charged 25 rupees from the previous charge of 18 rupees. The fixed price of 300 rupees for this category has been increased to 340. The charge per unit for units above 300 has been increased from 25 rupees to 28 rupees. The fixed price for this category is 1,120. According to the new price revision, the charge of 45 rupees for a unit has been increased to 56 rupees for street lights.
According to Section 30 of the Sri Lanka Electricity Act and Section 17 of the Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka Act, public consultation should be carried out prior to any electricity price hikes. Since this public consultation is a legal process, the relevant procedures have been gazetted. According to the regulations set out in the Gazette, the public consultation should be done based on a legally and technically acceptable framework regarding the proposed price hikes. The Ceylon Electricity Board wrote to the Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka on the 4th of September regarding the current financial situation of the Ceylon Electricity Board and the possible loss of over 54 billion rupees at the end of the year. In the same letter, the Ceylon Electricity Board requested permission for the electricity price hikes to minimize these losses. Meanwhile, on the 26th of September, a proposal to increase the electricity price by 22% was made to the Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka in order to minimize a possible loss of 30 billion rupees at the end of the year. But the Ceylon Electricity Board does not provide sufficient and acceptable answers to these questions raised by the Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka regarding the data of the letters. In such a backdrop, what the Commission should have done was disregard the request made by the Ceylon Electricity Board. But the Commission became a joke to the public when they acted outside of the people's confidence by calling for public opinions on the ambiguous letter. In light of this, the Ceylon Electricity Board wrote to the Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka on the 16th of October requesting permission for a 10% price hike on electricity prices for the next 2 years. The Ceylon Electricity Board also notified the Commission that a bank loan of 156 billion rupees is yet to be paid off by the Ceylon Electricity Board. When the Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka misled the people and carried out public inquiries with insufficient data, the Ceylon Electricity Board had notified the Commission that the possible loss incurred within this year would be 18 billion rupees. Meanwhile, an additional general manager of the Ceylon Electricity Board, who participated in the public inquiry forum, requested permission to increase the electricity price not by 20% but 18%. The contradictory price hike requests made by the Ceylon Electricity Board within the 43 days between 4th of September and 17th of October were approved by the Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka without following due process. This was a direct breach of the constitutional duty and public confidence bestowed upon the Commission. According to the policy decision of the government, amendments to the electricity prices can only be made twice a year. Within this year, the Ceylon Electricity Board has exhausted this quota. By going beyond the set quota, the Ceylon Electricity Board can only revise the electricity price in an event in which the annual estimated cost may exceed by 25%. According to the first estimate of the Ceylon Electricity Board, the cost for this year is 650 billion rupees. A 25% increase in the initial estimated cost would amount to 812.5 billion rupees, which shows an increase of 162.5 billion rupees. If such clear and certain data with regard to the electricity price hikes have been submitted to the Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka by the Ceylon Electricity Board, it is a duty of the Commission to reveal the data to the general public.